This beef recipe makes a tender, flavorful, and a perfect side dish. If you'd ask me on a scale of 1 to 10, how many times I cook beef, I would say it's a 9 because I always get a cheap cut, plus it's comfort food that's so easy to make and very delicious. To get started, you're going to pick a chopping board ready for chopping your meat. I'm going to get started by chopping my beef, and this is how the beef is looking like. You'll notice that it has some fat, so I'll keep the fat for some flavor. I'm going to cut my beef in half. I'm going to be cutting my beef against the beef grains, as you can see, because I want my beef to be very tender. So I'm going to cut my beef in half and then into bite-sized pieces. Once done, I'm going to transfer to the same bowl. I'm going to chop my onions in half, then I'm going to slice into strips and dice. Once done, you're going to place a pan over medium heat and add some cooking oil. Oh, the onion is getting in my eyes. Next, I'm going to add in my onions in my pan. As the onions are cooking, I'm going to be chopping my tomatoes. Once done, I'm going to check on my onions. They're becoming soft, so I'm going to wait for around 30 more seconds so that they can have some lovely golden brown color. And because I am going to be slowly cooking my beef, because I need the beef to be very tender, I'm going to place in my beef chunks in the onions. You're going to tie in your beef into the onions, and because the onions have a lot of flavor, the beef is going to soak in that onion flavor. Cook for about a minute. Then next I'm going to be adding in my spices. Add in light soy sauce. Toss everything together. Wow. This is going to be very delish. Next I'm going to add in my tomatoes. Tomato paste. Add in some chili. Add in some salt. You can tell this is going to be very delicious just by looking at the color. Once the tomatoes have cooked, I'm going to be adding 2 cups of beef stock. Then I'm going to reduce the flames and simmer on low for around an hour. And let me tell you, it's going to be totally worth it because the beef is going to be very tender and flavorful. Also, in between, check if the seasoning is perfect. If it's not perfect, you can add in some more salt. My beef stew has been simmering for around an hour and it has been slowly cooking, sipping in all those nice spices. The outcome is some soft, tender and delicious beef stew that's seasoned to perfection, and it's best served over some rice, ugali, chapati, or even mashed potatoes. So I'm going to give my beef stew a taste. So I'm going to pick some meat. so good. I love the kick of spiciness, and also the meat is super tender. Be sure to try out this beef stew recipe and enjoy.